Property has made millionaires in the past, but what's making them now? The world is changing, and here's how Bitcoin compares. Property often requires huge deposits, bank approval, and weeks to buy or sell. Bitcoin, on the other hand, you can start with as little as $10. You can trade 24/7, and it is borderless. And there aren't many obstacles to overcome in order to invest in something like Bitcoin. Of course, property offers rental income, which is fantastic, certain tax breaks when structured correctly, and of course, long-term stability. But it's slow and it's heavily regulated. Bitcoin, of course, is quite volatile, however, has outperformed every asset class in the last 10 years. There's no middleman, no gatekeepers, and you have true ownership of your Bitcoin through your private keys. Now, property works against inflation. It's inflation resistant. However, supply can always grow. If anything, supply is actually encouraged. We're currently in a housing crisis in Australia. They need to build more homes. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is capped. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin, ever. It's digitally scarce and it runs on code, not on central banking policy. Now, this is my favorite one. If you want to sell your property, it can take weeks, sometimes a month. It depends on market sentiment. It depends on the evaluation, inspections, and so forth. It's a headache. Bitcoin, on the other hand, can be sold instantly on any exchange. There's global demand for it, 24/7 liquidity. I can't leave the country without having to sell my property and all the headaches that surround that. I can, however, leave the country at any point without selling a single dollar of my Bitcoin because it is portable. I can take my ledger with me anywhere around the world. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-property, but let's be real. Investors, especially in places like Victoria, are really starting to feel the heat with things such as land tax and tightening regulations. So what if the time we're in currently is identical to the gold rush? What if we are in a digital gold rush? And now is the time for you to stack as much Bitcoin as you can, and then maybe address property later down the track.